So,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I was lucky. I had a partner, right? And I still have him today, 50-50 partner, great partner, right? And it's nice to have partners because growing a business is tough, right? Like, there's no business that's easy. I think that's really one of the false things a lot of people think. There's a lot of work that it takes to build up a business and then operate the business and then scale the business and then bring in people and streamline them. I mean, that's a lot of different pieces. And so having a partner makes that so much easier because, you can share the workload. You can also share the frustrations, right? I talked to, we have a podcast that we do for M&A, and we talk to some of these business owners, and they're kind of like the lone wolf up top, right? They don't have anyone to vent to, and it's stressful and tough. And so, I had a partner, and one of the things that we were really good at is, I like this, and I don't know if there's a book called Crossing the Chasm, right? And as a company, you start something, right? And you get to the point where you have to kind of make the leap, right? But you cross the chasm. And as a company, there's different chasms along the way based on where you are in that business cycle. And so for us, one of the first chasms was really bringing in an asset manager. And we couldn't afford the asset manager, right? But we knew that if we continued to be the only ones asset managing the property, that it would start to distract us from being able to grow the business. So we brought on a very qualified asset manager early on before we could even afford it, right? Thinking to ourselves, we'll figure out how to afford him later. So that's one, right? And that was one of the early ones. Bringing on an assistant, and you kind of start to do these different leaps. And I mean, we're literally as big as we are today. We just had that this week where we hired on a COO at one of the companies, and I'm just like, man, how are we going to afford this? But we'll grow it and make it happen, right? But it's ultimately about bringing in people that are better than you at each thing, right? That can really think deep about what they are responsible for, and to help operationalize and make it better.